So, hello and many blessings out there. I'm speaking to you today if you feel like you're the only one out there, or you feel all alone in the fear, in the doubt, in that crippling arena of anxiety. If you feel like you're the only one out there, nobody understands what you're really going through, this video is for you. So, first, I just want to say to you, as you're going through whatever you're going through in life, the change in a job, the loss of a family member, the struggle to pay the bills, the fear of what others think of you, whatever it is, wherever you feel like you're just being, like you're drowning in that fear, in that doubt, in that anxiousness, you're not alone. You are not alone. I can tell you personally, for me, I've lived in so much of my life in fear and in doubt, in anxiety. I lost my job one time. One of the jobs that I had, I was in medical sales. It was my first medical sales job, and I was ready to be out of it. I was so tired of getting up and doing something I didn't love. And there was a part of me that wanted to get fired from the job. I wanted to get fired. And I had a passion to act at the time, and I had a passion of just expressing. I was learning how to express in my life, which was something that was so suppressed much of my life for whatever reason. But I had this desire to leave, and I didn't know if I was ready, but I wanted to leave. And I stopped responding to clients when they would call, and then one of them finally called the company headquarters, and I got fired. And I got the call from my boss, Jason. It's too much. You're just not really showing up. We're going to have to let you go. And I heard this. I heard the sound. I heard the voice. And I just sat there stunned. And as much as I wanted to be fired so I could get unemployment and I could be out of that job, I didn't feel ready. All of a sudden, panic set in. I was terrified. Yes, I was acting, but I wasn't making very much money at it. I was making a little bit, but not enough to live on. I was freaking out. And I wake up, I go to bed, I go out to drink. I mean, this was back 20 plus years ago. So I go out, drink with my friends, lament about how much I'm freaking out, try to drown it out through alcohol, try to drown it out through anything that just gets me out of my head. And I wake up the next morning and my belly's so swollen. And there's so much tension that I'm trying to speak to my roommate, and I can't get out a sentence. Like it's all trapped in my chest. So turns out, like, for the next several weeks, I have to take a deep breath, which was very shallow, but try to take a deep breath. I'd be able to get out a half a sentence, try to take another breath, and then I get out the rest. Literally, I was so anxious I could not speak. I was terrified. I was in this complete panic of what it means about me. What does it mean about me if I get fired from a job? I'm in complete panic of how am I going to survive? I'm in complete panic about what am I going to do next? All of these stories of all of these unknowns. And I just even go back, and as I'm speaking about it, I feel the tension in my chest. So I'm with you. I hear you if you're in this place, and the terror that can be going on in the mind and how much we buy into it and can believe it. So you're not alone. The reality is, in the United States alone, 1 out of 5 people are in some sort of form of anxiety. So you've got over 300 million people in the world who have anxiety right now, who are literally would be diagnosed as anxiety. By 2030, anxiety and depression are expected to be the #1 disease state, not just the mental disease state. Anxiety is already the #1 mental disease state in the US. By 2030, according to the World Health Organization, Literally, it is expected to be the #1 disease state in the world, anxiety and depression combined. So you're not alone. I want you to know that you're not just not alone. Yes, you may be experiencing this for now, but you can get out of this. You can move through this. It is possible to live in a place of trust in the midst of challenge. It is possible to, in the midst of fear, to be at peace. In the midst of anxiousness, to actually experience calm. In the midst of stress, to actually trust that whatever's going to unfold is okay. So we can get this from the mind. So I know many of you out there are already doing your inner work, and you get this idea that everything is going to be okay, that it will be okay no matter what. And yet that's not what you're experiencing inside. So this is really for you to begin the journey of it, not just knowing that it's okay, but actually feeling that it's okay. So what's the next step for you to feeling that it's okay? So one way to do that is literally just placing your hands on your body, placing your hands wherever the stress, wherever you're feeling the tension, and place your hands there. Place your hands there with love, with compassion, and just begin to breathe. And wherever you are right now, the reality is if you're really in it, you don't know if it's going to be okay. That is okay. So just all you got to do is just like, you don't need anybody to solve anything for you. Just like you don't want your friends, your family, your partner to solve the problems for you. You want to be heard. You want to be understood. You want to be felt. So that's what you're doing for yourself right now. You place your hands wherever you're feeling it, wherever the tension is, and you're breathing into it. And you're just breathing in, I am here. I am here now. And the reality is you breathe in and you're here now with the feeling. The mind may still be spinning, but you're here now with the feeling. The mind can continue to go, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. The mind, that's its job. It's always going to be spinning. That's what it does, okay? Right now, you can just you can be with the feeling amidst whatever the mind is saying and just breathe into it without any expectation. This is you being with and understanding, loving what's here. So this is the invitation today. If you're in fear, if you're in doubt, if you're experiencing anxiety, welcome to the world. Most of the world is experiencing this in a day, many times in a day. And I know the mind will go, yeah, but I have it much worse. I can't get out of the house. The mind is always going to try to prove why you are worse, why your situation is worse, why your circumstance is not solvable. That is part of the mind just going on that same story. The reality is you are not alone. Your situation is not any worse than anybody else's. It's just that you're believing in the mind much more than just tapping into the feeling. So today, it's just tapping into the feeling. No expectation for change, just really feeling, breathing where you're feeling the tension. Just breathe into it. Love it. Breathe with it and be with it. So I hope you just take this in and open to this, because I tell you, every time that I feel tension, tightness, this is one of the things I do immediately. Is as soon as I can remember, I just bring my hands to that spot and just start breathing. And just let something go. Let something go. Just exhale it out. All right? Lots of love to you. My hope and my vision for everyone out there who's experiencing these challenges, that we can break through this together and transform ourselves so we can transform the world. Lots of love. Namaste.